ready for everything. Let's see if we can find some good trivia for today. Let's see. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Excellent. Let's find a second one. All right, good. Two good trivia cards. Got that set up for today. Got an interesting show today. I think it's just me. Just me all by myself. But maybe not. Who knows? There's always surprises to be had in the crafting show. You never know what's gonna happen. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, just have to wait and see. Let's see. There'll definitely be some crafting. A lot of stuff going on. Oh my goodness, it's almost time to start the show. But what everyone doesn't know is it's actually already started. Because right now what's happening is the secret show.
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee, dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Hi da 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 da. Lie da 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 da. Lie da 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 da. Da 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 da. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Lie da 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 da. Lie da 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 da. Lie da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Lie da 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 da. Lie da 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 da.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the crafting show today. It's me, Shoshana, your crafting host extraordinaire. Great to see you all. I think it's just me today, which is great. Cubby's doing some cool historic Philadelphia stuff. I'm sure Mab and Kitty would be there if they could. Sorry for missing last week. I don't know if you remember from last year, I worked pretty much all summer for this really amazing theater, Theatricum Botanicum. So Shakespeare Theater. I got cast in a show again for this year. So I have some, I'll be having some rehearsals some Wednesday mornings and then some shows Wednesday mornings as well. So I'll either be not here or I'll be like I did before, where I kind of hung out in my car in the parking lot before my show started and just had to leave the show early. So right now what I'm working on is another thing I'm doing for that theater is they're having me do some props. They've found out I'd have crafting skills. Oh no. So one of the things I got to do is they're doing Midsummer. So they need just a little zhuzhing up of the lion costume that they have. The person last year made this really great mane. It's actually very warm and comfortable and beautifully ridiculous. But it's just the mane, and it's not as stable kind of as you need it to be. And also they wanted, it's fun to have a full on like mask that goes with it. So I'm going to attempt to do that today. It's going to be a bit of an experimentation day. We'll see how it goes. Well, that looks good. I wonder what if they tied it like that? Yeah, so it's going to be sort of, I don't know if this is going to end up turning out well. We're going to find out. But yeah, I'm just going to be experimenting a lot today with trying to figure out how to make this the best. No, that's ridiculous. It's definitely supposed to go on the top. Because they could wear it like this. It could be that kind of a mane. And then the mask, which actually does look pretty good too. I might pitch that as an offer because I don't hate that. That's fun. And then this will definitely stay on and it still gives the lion impression. But then if they want it to go around the head, we can do that too. So I bought this at like a Michael's, I think. And it's a child's mask, as you can see. So right now I'm cutting the eye holes just a little bit bigger. And then I have some interesting stuff that I'm hoping will do what I want it to do. If not, I've got a backup plan. But it's this stuff here. It's what I really wanted was sort of proper air dry, or air dry foam clay, which I used recently in another project, and I really liked how it worked. But I couldn't get a hold of that so last minute. I would have had to order it and it wasn't going to get here in time. So I got this stuff, which I think is the same sort of thing, but I haven't really opened it or played around with it. So hopefully when I open it, it's going to do what I want it to do. If not, I'll figure out something else. But I'm really just using this this mask as a base, and then I'm going to put this air dry modeling foam on top of it to make the mask. But this is going to be the base, because it's just easier to have a structure to work on. And I kind of like this. Kind of like this little guy. He's got like a funny, happy little face. Yeah, because you don't want him to be too. You don't want him to be too scary. So I'm going to be working on that today. We'll probably do some quiet crafting because I do need to get it done in time. And then, but I have some trivia as well for us, and I have our color harmony book to do some reading on. And it's just nice to be back. I've missed y'all. This is, as I always say, it's one of my favorite parts of the week. So it's nice to be here with all of you. Oh, okay. I see there are some questions in the chat. What was I up to last week? I was in rehearsal for Midsummer. Or no, Much Ado About Nothing. I have a small, cool part. Sister Francis. It's originally Friar Francis, but they changed it to Sister Francis for me, which was nice. Yeah, it's a cool little part. I get a couple cool monologues. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have that offer. But I'm also doing props for Midsummer and understudying a role in Midsummer, which I think I'll get to go up for a couple times. Oh my gosh, I'd love to be Dogberry. That might happen someday in the future. The person they have playing Dogberry is incredible. Like, he's amazing. But maybe someday. I'd love to have. It'd be amazing to do a show where Cubby is Dogberry and I'm Burgess. I think we'd have a lot of fun doing that. All right, so let's look at this. There's another question. If you were going to be hugged by 2 3-foot goblins, how would you like to be hugged? I'm hugging remotely because I want to hug people. All right, so I assume the goblins are stacked one on top of each other. I think would be, well, actually, you know what? You didn't specify. So I'm going to say if I'm going to be hugged by 2 3-foot goblins, I would like one to hug me from the back, like around my neck, at like a backpack hug. And then the other one, like hugged around the leg. So then I can do the walk like that, like two enthusiastic children hugging onto someone who's much larger than them. I feel like that's how I'd like to be hugged. It also might be how I die. You know what? If you're gonna go, might as well be hugged to death by 2 3-foot goblins. I feel it. I feel the love. So that looks pretty good. That's bigger eye hole, so they can definitely see better than that, than children eye holes. Hi, welcome, Quad Kevin. Good to see you. So before I get into this, let's start off the show with some trivia. Always a good idea. We got people here now. Do some trivia. I know not everybody can always stay for the whole time, so it's nice to do trivia in the beginning so you don't miss out. So let's do that, and then we'll come back. Maybe do the color harmony book, and then do some quiet crafting, and then maybe end the show with another trivia card. That sounds like a good plan. Thanks, Shoshi. I think it does sound like a good plan. Whew. Hosting this myself is tough, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, but I have all of you, so It's gonna be okay. All right, let me get rid of this for trivia. All right, and then okay. Let's do the little trivia banner. Wait, I have the thing. Hey, if you got it, you might as well use it. All right, so trivia. If you've never played trivia before, if you need a refresher, here's how we play. I will read the questions. We'll do the answers at the end so I can play as well. We're all playing together. So if you know the answer, write it in the chat. If anyone gets it wrong, we all lose. If anyone gets it right, we all win. Here we go. Oh, and I'm doing trivia from number 6, Trivial Pursuit. All right, let's see. Which one do we want to? Okay, we're going to start with this one. I picked out 2 for today, but I'm excited about this one. All right. People and places. What Mid-East city? I've never heard that before. I've heard Midwest. What's Mid-East? What Mid-East city was traditionally positioned at the center of medieval European world maps? Oh, I see. Maybe they mean Middle East, but I like Mid-East. That's Mid-East. All right. I think they mean Middle Eastern, but that's fine. All right. What Mid-East city was traditionally positioned at the center of medieval European world maps? It's a good question for this group. I feel like if anyone's going to know it, it's going to be our bunch of nerds, right? This is like, should be right up our alley. I wonder if it's something like Jerusalem, or because I don't think they'd had like Greenwich Mean Time at this point yet. Oh, Constantinople is a really good guess too. I would say, I feel like it depends on which European country was making the maps, because I feel like they all put themselves at the center. So if it was like French, they'd put a French city. But yeah, I feel like Jerusalem or Constantinople is like the way to go. Yeah. Both good guesses. Both good guesses.
I would like to mention
Hey!
Mablandia is also an option. For Mablandia,
Wait, which one?
always Mablandia.
Oh, of course, Maplandia, which is interestingly both a Midwest and a Mid-East city.
It just has always been, and it always shall be. Mablandia is a state of mind.
Also a city.
Of
Always
mind.
Also a city of mine. Mab, it's so great to see you.
I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
Me neither. Yay. I can do the show by myself, but it's always better when someone else can be here.
May have woken up just in the, like, I'm trying to say how long ago, but the unit of time I want to use to measure is 1 cup of coffee and feeding the cat.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, no, those are definitely units of measurement.
Well, actually, I haven't had the coffee
Maplandia,
yet. I made the coffee.
so that's included in the time. In Mablandia, all time is measured in cups of coffee and cat feedings.
That is very, very true, actually. More than you realize.
Speaking of cats, we might be getting a kitten this week.
You know who's is dripping with kittens is Ansa.
I know. I tried to tune in for a little bit during my rehearsal, but there's no reception at Theatricum. But I really wanted to
call her. It's another. Yeah. What kind of kitten and where from? And
so we're doing a meet and greet on Thursday to see if
And you're
the
gonna bring
kitten.
extra meat so the cat loves you.
But they might. I don't know if we'll be able to take him home this week because they're. Last time I talked to them, they were still nursing, so they're not quite ready to be. They're not
Yeah,
quite
no,
weaned.
not
So they're
even
not quite
close.
ready to be
I mean, you're
taken
weeks
home.
and weeks away.
Well, they're right at the end of it. Like, it's right at that point where the mom's starting to like kick them off, you know, when they're like, the mom's like, all right, you're done now. But it's kind of in that in between space. So we might need to wait another week. But so I think as I've said before, so Nick and I had to say goodbye to our cat Archie over the summer. You understand? It sucks. There's nothing good about it. It's sad and you miss him and yeah. But I think we're like ready to get a new kitten now. And I mentioned that to one of my friends and we signed up for like some kitten rescues and stuff like that, but like nothing was really happening. And then my friend was like, oh, my friend at work just like rescued a mama cat and she had 8 kittens. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. So so we contacted him and there's 3 kittens left available. There's a little calico one, there's a little gray and white one, and then there's the one that I think we really want that's an all black cat. I've always wanted an all black kitten.
I want a bucket. I want a polydactyl. I'm in the market.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
need a mutant
And
cat that is not paraplegic. And I actually saw a paraplegic cat on Vet Friends post, and I was like,
oh,
oh, I could
could.
totally, but I can't. I can't.
It, like,
They cost
yeah.
more money, and I don't have a job.
Yeah.
So
You've done it. You've given that time and energy.
it's not yeah, I mean, yeah, but like everybody needs love.
Yeah.
And I guess it would be harder to do without having that backstory of deep passion and love for the kitty to begin with. So
Yeah. Yeah. But the little one, he's got a big bobblehead. I love a little kid with a big bobblehead. And they've been calling him his like nickname is Batman because apparently he's the one that'll like come out first and like make sure everything's safe for all the other kittens and like
the best
protect
is like
them.
when he sits there and he gargoyles on the like something really high up.
Yeah. Oh, he does actually. He perches. That's what he says. He perches. So yeah. So we'll see Thursday. But really, what matters now is like if the kitten likes us. Like we'll go there, sit with the kittens, see. Like that's the one I'm hoping for. But like sometimes a cat chooses you, and then that's the cat you have to have. But I will report back with reports. I was right in the middle of trivia. Right.
You know what? I've actually got to go pick something up from the printer. I got 2 orders in for the Dissent is Patriotic shop, big ones, but I wanted to show off. I know you're doing trivia, and I can show it off after I
mean, we could do it now. Trivia is all about the journey. It's not about
So check these out. So we made stickers that are supporting the Dissent is Patriotic, right? And I live in DC area, and I've been printing out paper versions of these stickers because people don't want to spend the money that it costs us to make stickers on a sticker that they're just going to slap up and throw away. So I've been trying to come up with affordable alternatives to make these little packs of stickers that people can slap and go. I don't want to call it protest packs. So I finally got a solution here. These are already sized. They're like shipping labels on a roll. And I run them through the thermal printer that I use to make people's mailing labels. And check this out.
Hey, it's a little pack.
It's a protest pack, right?
I love that.
Okay,
What a
so
great
I told the
idea.
thermal printer to print all of the dark background. So that's because you can't do black ink. But then I went shopping for more labels, and I found that they come in so many colors. Hey, just some and I can get it on orange.
Ooh, the orange looks good.
Right now, Orange Lives Matters, felon traders, and then, little things that they say like fork you because it's famous fork in the road. This one I like, getting away with it. And then I had to explain these because the one that says Dos and Blixim, those are South Africanese slang
Oh,
because he's from South Africa, and it's stickers that
right.
only he would understand or other South Africanese people. And they're very rude sayings about a person.
Hey.
So yeah, so they're $3 a pack now, right? Is that $3 for 10? And
That's
like,
a great deal.
and the only reason I am actually charging is, and I can ship them in a regular USPS stamped envelope because we're not worried about them getting bent or warped or whatever, because they're cheap, they're disposable. So I can ship them in a regular mailing envelope. Doesn't have to be a heavy cardstock protective thing, and I can use a regular stamp. Yeah, anyways, I'm really proud.
They look great. When will are they available now to order?
They're available now, and I put them up yesterday on my website, or on the Descentus Patriotics website. And I've already sold 2 without promoting it. I haven't done any promotions on them yet, but I'm really stupid proud because I spent way too much time. I hand cut way too many because I cut them by hand before, because I printed them on paper, and I had to cut each edge of the freaking sticker. I would have to cut by hand because I have a home paper cutter. And this, I can hit a button and it goes and it's done.
That's awesome. And they look great.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. Thanks for thanks. Not an afterthought, Shoshi. You're a forethought, but just some guys excited that you're here too.
No, it's good. I'm like an after dinner mint, but in a thought. All right. So I think we have a few more people. So I'm going to repeat the first question because we only got the first question of the trivia. We're doing trivia, everybody. So what Mid-East, and I think they mean Middle Eastern, city was traditionally positioned at the center of medieval European world maps? And I think we already have some guesses.
What was the question?
I will say it again. What Mid-East city, and I think they mean Middle Eastern city, was traditionally positioned at the center of medieval European world maps?
Oh, that was the question you were asking before.
Yeah. I wanted to repeat it because we have some new people on. Give them a chance to answer. I think we already have some answers. I think I said could be Jerusalem. Somebody said Constantinople. You said Maplandia. All excellent. All excellent answers.
All answers are correct.
All answers are correct. Arts and entertainment. What Broadway show ends with 2 acquitted murderesses dancing the hot honey rag? I think we know the answer. At least I definitely know the answer, so I'm going to hold off on answering.
Chicago?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I was straight up guessing.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That would be amazing. That would be great. All right. Next question. History. What ancient Sanskrit document enjoyed a wide Victorian audience thanks to the 1883 translation by Sir Richard Burton? Wow, that is quite a question. Let me read that again to give everyone a chance to catch up with the delay and also to let me think about that because I don't know the answer. What ancient Sanskrit document enjoyed a wide Victorian audience thanks to the 1883 translation by Sir Richard Burton? Whew.
Sir Richard Burton, Victorian London Fog. I love that you have a theme across the board.
Oh, but that might be right. I don't know if it would be in Sanskrit though. Wide Victoria. I'm very curious to see what the answer to that question is. Why, Sir Richard Burton? Huh. I don't know. We're going to find out. That's a really good question. I am very curious about that one. Oh, it might be that. Actually, that's a great, yeah, that's a possible answer. I mean, the Karma Sutra is not a bad.
Was the Karma Sutra written in Sanskrit?
I don't know. Or was it Hindi? I'm not sure. But that's like not a bad guess. Yeah, really got to think about that. Yeah, we're going to find out the answer. Very curious about it. Next question, science and nature. What plant from the parsley family was dubbed Johnny Weed after Johnny Appleseed sowed its seeds over much of the United States? Also a great question. Also, Johnny Weed is a great name for a character.
I'm sorry, did you guys see that?
No, everything just collapse?
I went, you know how like you do the thing where you tear the paper like that, but the paper didn't tear. I yanked the printer off of the shelf.
Oh.
And then I tried
so strong.
And then I tried to catch it.
Yeah, you will get fined, Victoria London Fog, if you don't pick the dirtiest answer. We have people watching at all times. What plant from the parsley family was dubbed Johnny Weed after Johnny Appleseed sowed its seeds over much of the U.S.? All right, I bet we could, if we don't know, I bet we can figure this out. We can logic this out. So it's part of the parsley family.
I mean, I want to say cilantro too. Kudzu was done as a ornamental plant and less of a Johnny Appleseed kind of a thing. Johnny Appleseed would have been into the like food herbs and stuff, or plants that served a purpose theoretically.
I know, and parsley, like I know, like there's some interesting things that are part of the parsley family.
I mean, right? That's cilantro, catnip, mint.
Oh, catnip isn't a terrible guess.
Mint?
Is mint in the parsley family?
Yeah, catnip and mint are related.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice. Yeah, all very good guesses.
Ooh, that's an interesting beggar's life. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just some guy. I think you're actually thinking of the partridge family. Parsley is when you need to get into something and kind of divide it out so that you understand what's going on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
All right, next question. Sports and leisure. Who became the first lefty in baseball history to fan 20 batters in 9 innings of one game? Now, I do know some baseball. Thank you. Thank you. No, you're thinking of Elvis Presley. So parsley is was there was a song written about him. He murdered a bunch of people in a bar. Parsley. No, all right. Who became the first lefty in baseball history to fan 20 batters in 9 innings of one game? I'm not sure what fanning batter. Does that mean to strike out? I've never heard that term before. I don't know.
What's fanning mean? Okay, here we go.
I don't know. But I would like to know the answer to this because I like baseball and also I'm a lefty, so I like knowing lefty facts as well as baseball facts.
Left facts.
Left facts. But I don't know the answer to that one. But we'll find out. And last question. This is a good one. I feel like people are going to know the answer to this one. This is wild card. What body of water must a sailor cross in order to earn an anchor tattoo?
Oh, I actually know this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured like if anyone is going to know the answer to that question, I feel like this crowd might. What body of water must a sailor cross in order to earn an anchor tattoo? Because it's like you get different tattoos represent which bodies of water you've been on, right? Or like they have like representations of different things.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. What do you think it is, Mab? I think enough time has passed to give people.
I was going to say the equator.
Oh, that might be right.
But now you got me second guessing, eh?
No, I think that might be right. Well, it says what body of water must a sailor cross?
Yeah. So maybe the Pacific.
Yeah. I mean, Pacific, Atlantic. I'll say Atlantic, and then we're covered. Or it might be like an ocean or a lake or a.
Maybe it's like
just
ocean. The Bermuda Triangle, and if they survived, actually that would be a triangle that they missed. Although an anchor can be kind of triangular. Anyways, continue.
True.
Continue. I'm gonna move it around to the other side.
Oh, okay.
So that I can pack my order here.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna read the answers, and then maybe we do some quiet crafting because you're about to start.
No, I can talk while doing this, but if you want a quiet craft, I respect and
I
understand.
do at some point because I do need to. I should try and get this almost done today. Would be our deal. All right, let's do answers. Answers. Well, maybe answers. Let's see. All right. What Mideast city was traditionally positioned at the center of medieval European world maps? Jerusalem. It was Jerusalem.
Oh,
that's what I'm good.
You were right, guys. You were right. You were right. You were right. That's my little right song. I just
That's good. All right. What Broadway show ends with 2 acquitted murderesses dancing the hot honey rag? Chicago. It is Chicago.
Dang.
What ancient Sanskrit document enjoyed a wide Victorian audience thanks to the 1883 translation by Sir Richard Burton? It was the Kama Sutra.
Go VLF.
Yeah. I didn't know Sir Richard Burton spoke Sanskrit.
I didn't know we was into that,
That's very interesting. Sometimes the dirty answer is the right one. What plant from the parsley family was dubbed Johnny Weed After Johnny Appleseed sowed its seeds over much of the US, it was fennel.
Oh.
Fennel. I do love me some fennel. And who became the first lefty in baseball history to fan 20 batters in 9 innings of one game? Randy Johnson. Oh, I've heard of Randy Johnson.
I haven't.
Randy Johnson, left pitcher. Now I know. And last question. What body of water must a sailor cross in order to earn an anchor tattoo? The Atlantic Ocean. So great job, everyone. We did it. Well done. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to do a little work on this while you do some work on your thing. And you said you can talk while you're doing some stuff. So I'm down to talk while, yeah, we did. Go us, everyone. We got nearly all of it right. We did real well. Oh, nice. Once again, Bill Murray giving us the facts we need to live our lives. All right, so yeah, I'm working on this mask. I've got this foam clay that I've been working with.
Ooh.
It's a different type. It's a different type than I've worked with before, but it seems like it'll do the same thing that I want. So I'm really just using this mask as like a base, because it's always good to have sort of something to work off of. And then I'm gonna layer this on top. And oh yeah, okay, good. It seems to be working the same way the other foam is working. So that's
foam clay? It's brown. I'm used to it being white.
You can get it in different colors.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I got brown because I figure that's a good color that I can put like some yellow on top of and get it to look like a lion. I'm fixing up the lion prop costume for Midsummer.
Oh.
So yeah. Well, and this is just like a child's mask, but it's a good base. And I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're gonna figure it out. As is the way of all things.
This is the way.
But I like he has sort of a happy little, it's like a good shape, you know? Got a good happy little face. Yeah. So we're gonna figure this out, and then we're gonna maybe figure it out a little more. I should have started this project earlier if I'm being honest, but I think it'll work out okay.
How long does it take to dry?
I think if it's the same as the other product, like a good 24 hours, like real 24 hours. It kind of dries initially in like 3 or 4 hours, but it's not really dry for like a good 24 hours. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good right there. Yeah, and I just they wanted something that looked so the production of Midsummer at Theatricum, they do Midsummer every single year. And it had been done sort of Renaissance-y style, and then a new director took over, and she wanted to do it like set in ancient Greece, which is really fun and like works really, really well. But all the costumes and props she wants them to be like look a little more ancient ancient Greek. So we have this mane that we can use. Well,
Oh,
I mean, it's very full.
I would like one, please.
But then it might also be fun to have a mask that goes there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or because the problem with this is it falls off really easily. So it could be a thing where it's like a ruff and then the mask. Because I feel like that's also fun and works. And then you can put it up. Be like, I'm not actually lying. Don't worry. Boom. But I'm
That's right. I love that bit.
Yeah, it's so good.
Don't worry, not actually lying.
Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Because if you're scared, they might kill me. Oh. They will hang us, every mother's son. But yeah, I just want to make it a little more.
I like it worn on the head too, Joel. It looks best worn on the head.
Yeah, I do like it on the head. So I might have to figure out a way to make it a little more stable, because it had been, because they run around and stuff, as well they should. And it's like comedically, it is okay if it falls off, but also like better if it doesn't. It's like they can handle it as actors, but
hair combs.
Falling off is a choice rather than something they have to deal with on the fly. But yeah, I just want to use this as a base and kind of give it a little more sort of texture to it and stuff. And I've got a little bit of water here because it is a little dried out. But it seems with a little bit of water, it kind of smooths it out and stuff. It's nice. This stuff's really nice. It's like pretty easy to work with. It works similar to clay, but the texture is like
soft and fuzzy
and light. Like
light.
It weighs almost nothing. It's really, I'm a little obsessed with it right now. Like it's really fun to work with. And it's like the learning curve is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Because what's nice too is, I don't know how, but it really doesn't pick up fingerprints the way that clay does, like it really just gets real smooth just with my fingers, which is really nice. Because I find like one of the hardest things about working with clay is, unless you have the right tools, it can get really, those fingerprints can get really, really annoying to deal with. And it's pretty, like its adhesion seems to be pretty good. Like it's sticking to this paper really, really well. We'll see what happens when it dries. I know the other stuff that I've used, it's basically the same stuff. It's just sort of a different brand. Shrinks a tiny bit as it dries, which is a little helpful for adhesion.
Mm-hmm.
But I've stuck it to wood and plastic before. I've never stuck it to paper, but I feel like paper will be even easier to stick it to.
Yeah, I'm going back and reading some of the comments.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit behind. So just some guy was asking about a project. And let's see, where did it go? Yes, no one knows what they're doing. I'm actually working on a song that's called Making It Up As I Go Along.
Oh, good.
And then the candy bag idea.
Yeah.
Vinyl decal would be exactly what you need. And I can cut them for you. Unless you have an oil-based paint and screen printing, but I think that's way more messy and you would not be happy with it. A paint pen one of those acrylic paint pens flake off? I've nowhere near enough experience with that
Oh, oh,
on cellophane.
ooh, huh. I know a Sharpie would probably stick to it after it dried, possibly. Cellophane. How
It's probably like a candy bag, like what you get, like little.
yeah. A heat transfer is probably the safest.
He would not melt the cellophane and shrink wrap it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Acrylic on cellophane falls off. Okay.
You might have to like print something else off on vinyl and then stick it to the I don't know, that's a great question. It's a little out of my oeuvre.
A vinyl print out onto the PM me. Sorry, ping me on Discord. I do have a lot of projects insecure right now, but because we've got a bunch of festivals. We've got the D&D game coming up. We've got and I'm still doing the Descent is Patriotic.
Final printout on the cellophane bag. That might work. Yeah. I don't know. Great.
What do you mean? I need to know what you mean by a vinyl printout. Like, do I do like a sticker print, or do I do a cut of a vinyl decal vinyl? You know what I mean? 3x2. No, I printed the wrong size. Oops.
Yeah, this is all printing stuff, and that's not my expertise.
Yeah, ping me on the Discord then.
But that's a great question.
What are
you making? Can you tell us, just some guy?
I mean, they did say candy bags, so that is my assumption.
But are you making candy? Are you a candy man now?
Boom!
Are you just some Wonka?
Candy man?
Can you? The candy man can? The candy man can't. No.
I bet the candy man can. Candy man's the dapper man. The candy man can make a candy man. Can do. Candy do.
Oh, okay. Good, interesting answer. Now I'm very interested.
Are they banning people for discussing chocolates?
But I won't ask any further questions.
Out of respect.
But I am pretty curious.
Curiosity.
All right, cool. I'm liking how this is looking so far.
And see, you're able to work and talk at the same time.
I know. I didn't know I could.
Yes, you
Thank
did.
you, ma'am.
I believe in you. I believe in life after love.
So that
I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but I am not in a foul mood. I don't know what's happened.
I think it's because of those stickers. They're inspiring you.
They kind of are.
Yeah.
They kind of are.
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
So I don't know if
no, I did not sleep. I got 6 hours. Maybe
that's why.
5 hours.
Well, it's all the adrenaline you're running on. So I don't know if you've heard, Mab, but I'm working on a pretty cool thing right now. I can only talk a little bit about it because I signed an NDA, but it's for the.
Yes, I have heard that you have an NDA.
Yeah, it's for the Fan Fest nights at Universal, and we had our first preview night last night, and it went great. And it is super fun. Like I'm having a really great time. So I'm kind of riding that high right now. Pretty excited about. But this week and next week are going to be rough because I have daytime rehearsals for Much Ado, and then the Fan Fest nights go from like 7 p.m. until 2 in the morning, and then I have to be up at 9, or no, earlier than 9. I have to be there at 9 for theatricum rehearsals. So I'm gonna be a sleepy baby, but that's fine. It's just a couple weeks, and then I can sleep. We'll see. I'll check in with you next week. Well, I won't actually be here next week because I have rehearsal. All right. Yeah.
You won't be here next week?
Yeah, next week I won't be here. So it might be more Kittens with Ansa next week.
Where I heard Cubby moved.
Yes, he bought a house.
Boom.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and we'll see. I think there's a lot of crafting projects that could potentially be had that are like house stuff, which I'm very interested.
You know what? I used to be a faux finisher. Fun fact.
What was that?
I used to be a faux finisher.
What's that?
A person who did decorative painting and like made things look like marble, or made things that aren't wood, like wood.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Orange Lives Matter right here.
I just had to do some of that for theatricum because they have these.
And that's how I got my start, interestingly enough.
Oh, cool.
I used to be a scene painter, and I taught scene painting to students at George Mason University as part of my, being the charge painter for their Theater of the First Amendment. And then after 5 years of doing that, which is the time it takes for students to graduate, the market was flooded with scene painters. And, I had a couple of anchor gigs, but the, small independent theater gigs were like my gap gigs, and they dried up because people didn't want to pay. And did I get a tattoo for my anchor gigs?
Ha! Nice callback. Nice callback.
I love it. Double checking the name. Yeah. So yeah. And then another scenic artist that I worked with, who was actually got into scene painting from the decorative painting business. He came from a long line of English craftsmen, and he probably wasn't hurting for money. And so he moved from faux finishing into scene painting. And so, we worked together, and then he had some faux finishing gigs that he couldn't do, and he passed them on to me, and I did more and more. And I was like, this is exactly the same for literally 10 times, literally 10 times the amount of money for exactly the same thing, with less stress, because when people pay more, they think it's a higher caliber thing, which it is. And, I can take
a little more respect, and
I could take more time. I didn't have to hurry up and do it like all in a minute,
Yeah. Now, did you have to do anything different for that? Because, in theater, it only needs to last.
Yeah, I used better quality materials for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, they have the budget to get those.
Right.
Higher quality materials.
Exactly. It's built in, and they paid. Well, okay. I want to. There was no sticker shock with the price, and I kept trying to come up with a price that would make them go
say no.
Ooh. Yeah. And then, but here's the fun thing. I had more checks bounce from insanely rich people who had literal mansions. More checks bounced from those people. So many people bounced checks to me that the bank no longer allowed me to deposit checks.
Whoa.
That
And
is
was
not
it because they
Exactly.
just didn't understand how money works?
yes.
Yeah.
That money had to be in the account that they wrote the freaking check for. Safe word.
That's interesting. All right, that's getting there. I'm liking how this is looking, and it's not too heavy. It's gonna dry pretty solid. And then I will paint this once it's done, and that'll help with everything as
no,
well.
it looks really good, but I mean, you just do some light yellow on there, and it'll be stunning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I've got 2 orders packed, and I want to show off another thing. I know. Thank you to some guy. I'll read it as soon as I get to like my proper computer. So I want to show another thing.
Please do.
The Timo is an amazing resource if you are a vendor. They have all kinds of cool stuff that's very reasonable for like shop stuff. And
For
one of the
what
things,
stuff?
like if I'm running a shop.
Oh, shop. Cool.
Yeah. So they're basically wholesale for vendors, right? And so they have labels that they make. I think it was something like 1,000 labels for $20, and it's printed with your logo. But I came up with a little creative thing, and it's not my logo, it's my design. Do not comply in advance with a resistor.
Ah.
So I got 1,000 of these for $20, which is, and I will admit these are not great quality, but I want to put them for free in people's orders.
Oh, nice. Are
Right?
they're stickers?
They're stickers.
Vinyl stickers?
They're not great quality, but again, similar. Like I
Yeah.
said, I
But,
think
like,
they
they're
are
free.
vinyl. They don't feel like paper, but you know.
Yeah.
But they're free.
Yeah.
And you know, I can give them to people to get put on things, you know?
Yeah.
This one order is from, wow, I love this. I'm getting orders from all over the country, which
Amazing.
kind of from somebody who lives in DC, and I feel like people are not grasping the gravity of what's going on in DC. This one's from Idaho and another one's from Massachusetts. So yay. But here's a fun fact that I don't know if I mentioned this. Yes, I agree. I hate Temu as a concept, but as a vendor, it is the only resource for me. And I don't think that it's all like slave labor or anything. I think these are people that deal with merchants and vendors, and the stuff that I'm buying wholesale is the stuff that I would be buying from other vendors, because if I bought it from an American vendor, they bought it from someplace, the same factory as Temu. So I may as well get it at the rate that I can afford. But here's a fun fact that I don't think people know unless you know someone literally working federal service. I have a friend that informed me that the office where she has been required to go back to work does not provide their own toilet paper.
What?
Or hand soap in the bathrooms. They now have to buy their own toilet paper and hand soap. They have to bring in toilet paper to the office that they are required to work in.
That's wild.
It's disrespectful. Right. What the actual fuck? And people aren't hearing this side of things.
Yeah.
There are people whose office, because there wasn't enough office space for everybody that they required to go back to work, they are set up in tents with porta johns. Did you hear
Wow.
about that one? How are people not hearing about this?
Yeah.
Late run media.
Wow.
So tell people this. It's not a lie. It's not exaggeration. It's
actual truth.
actual facts. Reality brutal. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. That's getting there. It's getting there. Boop. Oh yeah, that's gonna look nice. All right. I want to work on the nose a little bit. Yeah, exactly. That sounds very efficient.
Yeah.
All
All right. Did I just get another order? No, that was 2 hours ago. Okay. All right. I think I've got all my orders packed.
Amazing.
Well,
you're gonna be getting a bunch more, I bet.
I hope so.
Yeah. I love that you already have some without any like promo yet.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little bit of promo because my Fed worker friends, I tell them.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this is my idea. What do you think? And then I go, hey, this is the page I built on the site. Do you see any errors? Like, can you test it? Is it working? Are you able to order the thing that you want to order? And so, they help me do my QA. And then, and they tell friends in their office, or do you guys know about the Hatch Act?
I do. I mean, nobody's really been enforcing
it. Nobody's been enforcing it for Trump.
Yeah.
They are enforcing it for people who speak out against Trump.
Interesting.
So the Hatch Act means that you can't say anything political one way or the other as a federal employee. You can't show bias to Democrats or Republicans or any sitting president. That means like you can't post from your personal account where people can see it. So it's kind of like a gag order, which is the other reason I've been making stickers, because they can't say it. But if they put it somewhere and nobody sees them put it there, then it can be said.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not against the Hatch Act in theory. Like, there's a reason that it's there. But if you're only enforcing it for some people and not other people.
Okay. Did you guys like being in DC, I hear a lot of my friends are federal employees. So I hear a lot of the stuff that may or may not be public news yet. I think that this is public news now. I don't know who it was. Somebody got her purse grabbed.
Oh, I sort of heard about that.
And it had $3,000 cash in the purse.
I'm
looking it up.
That's a lot. Is that a lot? That's a lot. That seems like a lot.
Yeah. And why would this congressperson have $3,000 cash in a restaurant? Cash.
And I mean, now again, like that's a tricky thing because there are also
Christine
people-
Noem. That's who it was.
there are also people historically who have been pulled over by police. They
And
have
arrested.
and they have cash on them and they're like, "Oh, it must be drug money." You're like, "No, I just need a lot of cash." So like, but I don't know. Yeah. But yeah.
That's brutal, Joel. That is harsh. Right? That's more than my mortgage. Yeah, that seems like a lot. How would you have were you making a deposit of cash at the end of the night? Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Or like, I don't know, are you paying for dinner for a bunch of people?
A $3,000 dinner. I mean, maybe if it was like a family of 10.
I mean, you can get a $3,000 bottle of wine.
Oh my God. Well, then that would be taxpayer money. The thief got away with Noam's driver's license, medication, apartment keys, passport, DHS access badge, a makeup bag, blank checks, and about $3,000 in cash.
Whoa.
You were right. Her entire family was in town, including her children and grandchildren. She was using the withdrawal to treat her family to dinner, activities, and Easter gifts. Okay. You know credit cards are a thing, right? You know check cards are a thing, right? Where are you going that you need to pay $3,000? Yeah, anyways, the moral of the story is okay.
Moral of the story is things are sus.
Things are sus. Anyways, so that was more Signal Gate stuff. Anyways, so yeah.
So what we're saying is everything's fine.
Everything's awesome. So I don't have the chords to the song Making It Up as I go along, but I was singing it in the shower and it was a lovely bop. And let me see if I can, if you guys are, because this is a crafting show, I can craft the song.
Yes, definitely.
So this is not a finished song. This isn't even, I'm still I haven't even written anything down, but I know the lyrics are making it up as I go along. Like the lyrics to this song. No one knows what's going on. We're making it up as we go along.
Oh, I love that.
Making it up as we go along. No, that's not it. It was like kind of a bluesy. Making it up as I go along. Making it up as I go along. Making it up as I go along. Much like the lyrics of the song. No one knows what is going on. I'm making it up as I go on.
I like that.
That was close.
Yeah.
Making it up as I go along. Making it up as I go on. Yeah, it feels weird to like draft a song where people are watching.
Yeah.
Because it is a very messy process.
That's a big challenge. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first. That's probably the chorus.
Yeah.
Mm.
I really like I like that, like making it up, yeah, as you go along, just like the lyrics to the song. Like it very much.
Nobody knows what is going on. I'm making it up as I go along. Ah, la, 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 la. Hey, if you guys want to sit tight for a second, I want to show you a thing I am working on, but
I'd
it's in
love
the other room.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm just gonna keep working on my little lion head here. I kind of like how it's coming along. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I want to add like some, yeah, I want to really bring in like a interesting sort of shape to it that sort of evokes like a older, ancientish, yeah, like yeah, I'm liking how that looking. It's also, what's nice is like these are the costumes for the, as they call them, the mechanicals, the fools, the people who are doing the Pyramus and Thisbe play. If you know Midsummer, so it doesn't have to be that perfect because they also don't know what they're doing, you know? So like,
But they are actors.
yeah. So like if it looks a little messy, that's okay. It's because it was made by like, as the play says, hard-handed men that never labored in their minds till now. Which is, that's a pretty good insult. Ah, you've never labored in your mind till now. Like that's,
Ooh, dang, girl.
yeah, I gotta remember that one. It's a good insult. So it can be a little messy, but it's got to play that line of like messy, but still tells the story that this is a lion. Like not,
Yeah,
so,
but with all the reassurance that it's not really a lion.
right, but also don't worry, it's not really a lion. Don't be scared. But I'm kind of happy with how this is looking so far. I like the sort
I
of,
think it looks awesome.
yeah.
I think it looks perfect. I think it looked perfect from the first moment you sketched it. So, I mean, that's kind of where I am right now. So, making it up as I go along, like the lyrics to the song.
It's getting there. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum.
Making it up.
Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's got a fun little look.
You've got a fun little look. Can you curve it more for the face? Or do you want it to be flat?
I think I need it to be flat because it's gonna be it's gonna go like over the the mane.
Oh, the mane I thought was going to kind of go around it because like a lion's face poking out.
Yeah. So it'll be like so they've got this on, and then this kind of goes there. It needs to
yeah,
be,
that makes more sense.
yeah, like it'll need to be flatter so that it like is like that kind of a thing rather than this kind of a thing.
So then here's my next question.
Yeah.
What about elastic on the little headpiece? Versus
on the fabric, on the mane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to put like a back. I think
Yeah.
that'll help keep it on a little better because right now it's just attached.
Also, a baseball cap with the brim cut off.
I could do just like a cap.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Yeah, because I've got to be able to slip it on and off
Right.
fairly quickly.
Or you could do what I always do and use a headband and then get myself a headache.
Yeah, I don't want to do that
You sure?
either. Yeah, don't want to do that to those poor people.
Aw,
They're already working so hard
I know. For so little.
for
Right.
so little.
Here's the thing. Here's a fun fact about sublimation. Doing pink with sublimation doesn't work, apparently, which I found out the hard
Interesting.
way. Because what do you guys think of this?
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to see.
It's a little warmer than I would like, but there's nothing I can really do about that
Yeah.
because the colors are accurate, but when you sublimate it, that's what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's my next big project. Ansa gave it a go. It's like, yeah, print it. I'm like, okay. You can't print white.
Why not? It's not available?
Sublimation is a translucent ink and it's an additive color.
Ah, okay.
It's an ink. It's not. There's no
And
white.
they don't have like white ink?
Not that I use on my printer. I'm a CMYK printer. Pretty though.
Right. Yeah. Well, do we want to do some?
Trevor.
Oh, I was going to say some quiet crafting.
Oh yeah, no, that's better.
Yeah, but we can definitely do some more trivia. I am down with that. But I do really need to finish this.
Then no trivia because I've
Yeah.
got work I got to do too.
Yeah, maybe at the very end we can do another trivia. Cuz I'm feeling pretty good about this Max. I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. I kind of just want to smooth it out and do some do just a few little touch-ups where it feels a little weak, but like I'm pretty happy with this so far. Like I really kind of I like how it looks, and I think when it's painted it'll look really good.
Boop.
I do want to make sure that it gets smooth because any of those little rough bits, if I don't smooth them out when I paint it, they're going to show up real strong. And then like I said, like I don't mind if it looks like rough, but I don't want the roughness to be distracting. It has to be like on purpose, a little purposeful roughness that tells the story rather than just something that kind of looks like a mistake. There we go.
Do it with intention is what they say.
That is what they say, and they're right. Let's see. That's looking good. I like the one side better than the other side. Like this side's looking a little rougher. I might need a little more material on that side. The other side, yeah, I see what I need to do. All right, I'm just gonna squish that a little more in. Yeah, there we go. Because I've used the other stuff. I don't know how solid this will dry when it dries, because the other stuff dries a little. I know a lot of people use the other product that I've used that's similar to this. A lot of cosplayers use it. You can make like armor out of it. Because when it dries, it's like it's still a
Yeah.
little flexible,
Yeah.
which I'm down for with this. But like I've got some where like it's just the material and it doesn't have the support of the paper. And I want to make sure that that's going to be like have enough structure that it's not just going to like bend or fall off. Because like actors can be rough. They can be rough on their props, which is fine. I know I'm rough on my props. Oh, I like that little cheek thing that's happening there. I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah.
Like,
Dang, girl. Why don't you
yeah,
just put some art down? Make that art happen.
I know. Who knew? Oh, that's what I was gonna say when you were talking about like the not scenic design.
Oh, finishing.
What is it called? Yeah, faux finishing. I had to do some they had these columns, like Roman columns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's very
that were-
popular.
Yeah, that were painted silver last year, and then they're
Ooh.
like for like a different thing, and they're like, oh, we need them painted back like marble looking for this show. So I got to do some like faux marbling, which is fun. It's like, oh, I haven't done this in a long time. I was like, do I remember how to do this? Because literally the last time I did this was maybe like high school.
Oh my God.
But it worked out great. It worked out great. I didn't end up doing there's like the marbling technique that's more sort of like terracotta. That's like a dry brushing sponging combo. And I ended up doing that rather than the like, I don't know what I call it, like string marbling. I don't know what it's.
I know the string marbling technique. Yeah.
Yeah. And I tried that at first and it just didn't look right for like ancient Greece. Ha ha ha.
I got the
No.
text. Thanks, Bunny Deseret. I got the text. But I didn't get a chance to really read it. I saw them. I will give them a look after the show. And now you guys make me want to show you some of the faux finishing stuff I did. So
Oh my gosh, I would love to see that.
see if I can find old photos from like a million fucking years ago.
Yeah. No,
Back
it was
in
much
the day.
much longer than 5 years ago, and thank goodness. Thank goodness. I would never go back. I'd never want to go back to that age again. So much healthier and happier now. My brain works so much better than it did back then. Highly recommend Getting Older. It's pretty great so far.
Well, there's getting older and there's not dying.
Right. And also, like, it's going to happen. I'm going to get older. I might as well figure out a way to enjoy it. It's going to happen one way or the other. Yeah.
I don't even know where to look for my old photos. It's been so long. Hey, there's a couple.
And Paula was a scenic painter for a while
Yeah.
too, wasn't he? Yeah.
Let me see what I can do here.
There we go. That's looking good.
Okay. Here I am sharing my screen. Let's see if I can add it to the.
Oh, good.
It's hard to see. This was a stencil.
Oh, cool.
We stenciled the mask wallpaper.
Oh, nice.
And then the same house had this gold leaf stripe. We painted the stripes too, but they wanted a gold leaf stripe. It's really hard to see, but it's gorgeous. This was for a show house, but this The sink was like a vanity thing that they cut a hole in to make a sink. It arrived black when it was supposed to be white, so I finished it up and did the silver on the decal thing. But here's the bathtub with a chandelier, and I made a stencil of the leaves that were based on the curtain thing.
Look at the walls. Wow.
Yeah, I painted like a metallic. So it's got like a blended sponge, or actually that was a blended rag. Anyway, and you can see a detail of the ceiling and the corner there. You can see how
Look at that. That is gorgeous, man.
yeah.
Wow.
And then that's just like a regular sponge with occasional character stencils. Did a strié on the bookcase. These are tiny photos. There's a close-up of the stencils.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's all I can find for now.
That is really cool, Mab. That's awesome. I had no idea that was in your past.
Oh yeah, it was my primary gig. Oh, here are some more photos. Here, I can share. You can put it back in the. There you go. I'll click over. You got me thinking about it now.
Yeah.
So these are close-ups of sample boards, actual sample boards that I had that I can show people. So that's a stucco with a glaze on top.
Yeah.
And that was a Venetian plaster. That was a faux Venetian plaster made with a squeegee. That was a straw throne. It was crap, but you can see the gold leaf on the ceiling. And in the far back, you can see there was a dark thing with a gold damask stencil on top. This was a tray ceiling that was Venetian plaster. Now, what Venetian plaster is the finely ground marble dust in a translucent medium, and you do very thin veneers like layered on top of each other. And it takes forever because you got to do a lot of layers, and then you got to burnish it and then buff it. It's basically a marble veneer that's made with a soft medium.
Wow.
But doing it on a tray ceiling that huge in a bedroom sucks.
That's got to be so physically difficult.
It is.
Like you needed that thing that Michelangelo had for the Sistine Chapel, where you can just like lay on your back and do it.
Right. Everyone loved damask. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is, it was really cool. There was this thing called a badger hair flogger, and the bristles are like this long, and they're super stiff. They're like maybe 6 inches long. And you do a strié this way and then a strié this way, and it looked like linen, and it was so beautiful.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really neat.
And I mean, it's like nothing impressive. Oh, and there's an old marble inset thing.
Oh, that marble looks so good.
You should see it like from a photograph that's not 25 years old.
That looks amazing.
It was like layered and deep, and when you moved around, you could see like, another sample board.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
From an actual room. Like, so we painted the room this purpley color, and then we taped out harlequins and did like a blended rag white on top of it, and then we made these little stencils. And I actually went in with a colored pencil to do the detail.
I love the little bees and the flowers.
Right? I loved this. I made a lot of people liked these stencils, and there's a sample board of the damask that was in one of those previous.
Dang.
And then this is a very difficult process. It was leaf stenciled. So it's called size is what you apply to do gold leaf, and it's very sticky. So to do it on a stencil was a pain in the ass.
I've never used gold leaf before.
This is cool. This is a stenciled Venetian plaster. So you do a base of Venetian plaster, then put the stencil down and do a layer of Venetian plaster on top of the stencil. and burnish it really hard. And that's how you got the things, because you can add tint.
Bamboo.
It's 3-dimensional, yeah. And those are, samples. Oh, that's my old Accidental Circus days from way back when.
Hey, haha.
It was awesome. As a DM, you have to know that kind of thing. Yeah, that's true. Was made up for the movie. Oh, wow. Yeah, it sucks. So doing ceilings like this, you cut off your circulation in your air. It's like you suffocate yourself if both of your arms are up like this. It's harder to breathe when your arms are cramped around your ears. I don't know. Oh, those are back in the day. Back in the day. Oh, that's a fun one. Here's some more photos. Anyways, moral of the
I love
story
this.
is,
I'm so glad you have those photos, Mav. That's awesome.
I mean, we're talking from like, some of these are from I happen to remember on September 11th, 2001, I guess it was. I know exactly where I was. I was doing faux finishing in somebody's house. And it was in the bathroom.
Whoa.
And I was standing in the bathtub on a ladder in their bathtub doing a powder room is what they're called. Because you can't say bathroom. I don't know why. And yeah. And some, cell phones weren't very common back then, but they did exist. I just wasn't able to afford one. Or maybe I did, and it was a really crappy one. But somebody heard, and then all the TVs on the house were on the channel. And so this was outside of Baltimore. And Magnus worked right outside of DC.
Dang.
And so I was concerned about him.
Yeah, my cousin was in DC at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how long ago. So over 25 years ago. Because I was already established as a faux finisher when that happened. Well, time, man.
Time, man. It just keeps moving on. Keeps on slipping into the future.
All right, I'll show you one more. Let me see if I can add it back into the stage there. So check this out. This was here, I'll scroll up here. This was one of those fancy houses that was made to look like a Tudor house.
Uh-huh.
And these garages opened up, right? Like, like a regular garage door. They scrolled up
Oh
and
my
folded
gosh.
into
That type of house, it just like screams suburb to me.
This is just the garage, by the way. Their mansion of a house was off to this side. It was huge, several acres of land. But they wanted it to look like a carriage house with the doors that swung out like that.
Mm.
So we both finished it up to look like that. You can see a close-up of it. Yeah, made it look like wood. And then that's like a plaster applied to the thing to look like it's a raised up iron bar. This is actually one of my earlier freelance gigs that I did. And I was like, this is exactly like what the fuck I would be doing as a theater person. So to make the wood look more accurate, we, did every other thing with it taped off, and then we taped it off again and then did the other side. So that's a process shot.
And did you have a team of people?
I got a job for a company when I first started out up in Baltimore. Oh God, that one pissed me off. But for the most part, it was me and this other woman who she was a faux finisher, but she was way better at sales. And so she was doing sales full time and I was doing the painting full time.
Ah, that's a good team.
Yeah, it was a good team. And the client wanted, it just pissed me off. Like part of the thing with making things look like marble is making it look like believable marble.
Yeah.
And there's no way that this would have been believable marble.
Right.
Marble
Like you're not
isn't
going to have marble in that part of the house.
in that context at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, can we just make it look like that? And he's like, no, I don't want to. I was like, okay, you're the customer.
Yeah. You're like, you know what you want.
Same house. Look at this ridiculous marble. It was pretty, but
Yeah. I mean, it looks great. You did a great job.
yeah. And that ceiling was actually really cool. I liked the blending on that. And this was cool. Look at the Harlequins on that. This was a brilliant concept. It was like eggshell wall and then a high gloss Harlequin painted on top. It was just clear gloss.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So as you move
That's
around,
a great
the
idea.
Harlequin
So like when the
Yep.
light hit it. Wow, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And there's a friend of mine. There's some stuff. An entirely silver leafed wall and a really ridiculously expensive chandelier. And this was this was an octagonal room that led into the his and hers walk-in closets.
Wow.
Yeah, there's the closets. And it just all it had was this little seat and an expensive fucking light lamp fixture. Yeah. Ridiculous. So, burp. Mickey Mansions. Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of those in the DC area because we have a lot of diplomats from other countries. There's this one house. They were Persian, and yeah, I agree. Thank you. Also, remember these designs are like 20 some years old, and
they're very like, I'm like, oh, that is early 2000s, late 90s for sure.
Oh, show.
Yeah.
But so there's one house that was Persian. They were I don't know who was funding it and whose idea, whether it was the husband or the wife, but they were addicted to faux finishing. And every surface of the house had to have faux finish. And the house was under construction at the same time.
Oof.
Parts of the house, like they were always building. That was the job that 2 separate ladder incidents happened.
What's a ladder incident?
Third. Yeah, where people like fell off of ladders.
Oh no.
Yeah. Not to mention, okay, so they kept the heat like 80, 85, and we're up and down ladders and we're up near the ceiling. And it was all of us were sweating our balls off. And it was summertime and they had fires burning, right? This is why I thought the house was like a gateway to hell.
Ha!
Because when it was so hot all the time and they literally had fires burning in every room. Like they were like those little gas fires.
Yeah.
And then another time we were downstairs and we see this trail of dead bugs, like not like 1 or 2. I'm talking thousands of dead bugs, little winged bugs.
So you're like,
don't think they were termites.
It wasn't termites, was it?
I don't think they were termites, but they were all dead. right? But there was a trail of them. And as you got closer to this back room, the trail got wider.
You're like,
It
what
was the
is
freakiest freaking thing I've ever seen to this day. And it led to this back room that was still unfinished. So it was a cement floor. And there was a big round cement thing in the middle on the floor, like a big round cement disc. And I think it was for like their well. But they were on municipal water in that house. So why
But
was
maybe
there a
like
well?
it used to be a well?
Maybe. And that was a cap, but it was freaky. It was so freaky. And then another time, their son, so I'm climbing a ladder, I'm halfway up the wall, and their son had one of those little metal toy airplanes that's like this big.
Mm-hmm.
Metal. Like an actual like 747 kind of plane, metal, like this big. The kid had the plane in his hand like this and stabbed me in the back while I was on a ladder. So he's up high and like on the stairs, and he stabbed me like 3 times in the back with a metal thing while I was on a ladder. I almost swept off that job. Like,
how old was that kid?
This old?
Oh,
Old
my
enough
gosh.
to know.
Old enough to know don't stab people in the leg with metal things.
No, the back, my lower back. My lower back.
Yowza.
We worked on that house for a year.
Wow.
Off and on. It was a nightmare. It was almost not even worth the money. Yeah, right, VLF? Yeah. Yeah, it was so creepy. Like all of these things. And the fact that 2 separate people got hurt and then the kid stabbing me in the back. I was like, this house is not. I'm not like a really religious person, but I was like, this house had devil vibes to it. It was so hot. You know, they never bounced a check.
That house was not a bounce check house.
That house wasn't a bounced check house. Yeah, right?
Yeah, devil's got money.
So I worked on the devil's house. Oh, and the master bedroom, oh my God, went from one faux finish to another. Like we faux finished that bedroom twice in the year.
Totally, like they changed their minds?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this was when I was on a team of people. So there was always someone working on in their house.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, that's darned adorable. You get some yellow highlights on that dish, and it's gonna be super cute.
Yeah, it'll look pretty good. Hopefully they like it. And this stuff seems to be drying a little faster than the other stuff I used, which is good because I'm a little behind. Like this should have been done earlier. But I've been busy.
Okay, I need opinion time.
Okay.
So most of the mugs I make are double-sided, but it's the same design on both sides, right? And you got like this, you got like this. When you hold, if you've got a mug that's got 2 designs, when you're holding the mug in your right hand, what do you want on the outside? Do you want the text on the outside or do you want the image on the outside?
It's a good question. Now, I, as a left-handed person, appreciate a double-sided mug.
That's one of the reasons I do it.
So like at the very least, there's something going on out there. I guess I like the image out front.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. Because the text is the secret for you.
Yes. And that the image is what'll get you to go, oh, that's really interesting. What's that? And then
Yeah.
you can turn the mug around.
Unless the words are the interesting thing.
These are the words. And I actually did some additional artwork around the words. Focus.
Nice. And then what's the image? Show it up close. Oh no, sorry, the picture on the other side. Oh yeah, for that one, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna do on the outside.
Yeah.
So that means I have to rebuild the graphic, which I don't have on this computer.
Oh, because you have it. You have.
This was a test one, anyways, to see
Yeah.
how it looked with the colors, and then I did several more printing and never got the colors right. And boop, 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 boop. It's whichever one looks the best on the lift. I just saw this comment. Yeah, that song.
Yeah.
That's in my head. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed that. Anyway, so many things going on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with that part. That just needs to dry a little. And then.
Oh.
And it doesn't look too much like a bear, right?
No.
No. It's definitely giving lion vibes, right?
Yes. Definitely lion vibes.
Okay, good.
Did I
Yeah.
tell you guys these? It's to carry soup for my family.
Ah, I love a tote bag. I have
too.
too many, and yet I can never have enough.
Hard same.
Yeah.
And here's a fun fact. The MAB Mobile Mercantile website. The MAB's Mobile Mercantile website crashed. There was a virus, crashed. I tried to wipe it.
Oh, crashed. Oh, shoot. I thought you said crushed, as in it was like, yeah, it's crushing it.
That would be great. Right now, it's all, if you want to buy a thing, hit me up personally, which is actually not a bad way to go in general. But the Descent is patriotic, and I just verified it with all the other sites that I've got. They're all fine. None of them are busted.
That's good.
Yeah. And I know
That's
with
bad. I'm sorry to hear that, Mab.
that's fine. It's I'm glad it was my site and not a client site.
Fair.
And you know, the only thing that sucks is I had a bunch of products, but it does help me like rethink my brain, reorganize it, because when a website gets old, it's just like you start off with city planning, and then you got suburban sprawl that makes no sense, and then but if you could wipe the city and rebuild from the ground up with the new architecture in mind, we'll see. But I do have a lot of work to do, and it is almost 2:30.
Oh yeah, it is almost time for the end. Oh, so real quick before we go, I'll read a little something from the Complete Color Harmony book. Let's see. I think we did green. Yeah, so this time we're gonna do blue.
Ooh, I like blue.
Me too.
Blue is one of my favorites.
If blue is your favorite color, you're in good company. Blue is the best liked of all colors. Light to medium range blues are especially pleasing and restful. In fact, staring at blue reduces your pulse and respiration rate and temporarily lowers your blood pressure. Practically all our associations with blue are positive. When we see cool or ocean blues, many of us think of the sky and calming waters, or perhaps a vacation on an exotic island. In many cultures, blue is considered the most protective of all colors. In the Middle East, for example, blue doors are thought to guard against evil spirits, while people in the American Southwest often paint their porch ceilings blue to ward off ghosts. Navy blue in particular represents loyalty and trustworthiness, as evidenced by the expression, a true blue friend. Blue is therefore ideal for expressing sincerity and reliability. When politicians run for office, they often choose navy blue for their suits. Navy blue also commands respect, as with police and military uniforms, while blue laws were created to enforce moral standards. Brighter blues are ideal for wearing to parties and social gatherings if you want all the latest gossip. People will be more inclined to open up to you because blue is so friendly and likable. Darker blues signify high social status, stability, and dignity. Blue has been a symbol of fidelity, hope, and faith since ancient times. That's where the tradition of the bride wearing something blue originated. In the home, the deeper blues lend a regal stature and a serious atmosphere to a room, while the lighter or brighter blues have more charm and sweetness. In fact, blue is associated with a sweet taste, which is why it is consistently used on sugar packaging and related products. The psychology of color. Blue. That was very interesting. I like this book. Like, who knows how much of it is like accurate or whatever, what the research was, but it's cool to hear and think about it. It's nice.
Blue, I like blue. Used to be my
Yeah.
absolute favorite color.
Yellow is my favorite color, but that's mostly because when I was in school, the teacher said that yellow was the least favorite color. Like, she's like, nobody ever likes yellow. And I'm like, well, I'm going to like yellow. Somebody should like it. It's a great color. And then I like really thought about it. And I'm like, no, actually yellow is a great color. I love yellow. Like the sun, marigolds, buttercups, butter, like yellow's pretty great.
Yellow's got some, and giraffes are yellowish. Lions are yellow.
Giraffes are yellow. Yeah, and I do particularly like a goldenroddy.
Yeah, okay. I was
orangey.
just going to say there is a shade of yellow that I love that does not look great on me, but I still periodically try to wear it. And that's the goldenrod yellow.
Yeah,
God, I love that color.
yeah, I like that color as well.
Yeah, me and gold, like my skin's really pink, like super reddish pink. I've got the Irish. My face is all
Right.
red. Sleep deprivation. Um,
And yellow isn't good for that.
doesn't look good. Not with this blue pink.
Yeah.
Me. Like
Yeah, you want like a mint green or something.
that doesn't look good on me either. I need darker, bolder colors. I'm an autumn.
Yeah, you look great in like a red.
I
For
do look
sure.
good in red. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look good in black.
Yeah.
But and the great clown Julio.
All right, everyone. I think we are at time. This has been lovely. We got a lot of stuff done.
Aw.
We got a lot of stuff done, and that's good.
Yay!
Yay, we did it.
Yay!
We did
And thank
it,
you so much for
everyone.
coming along with us, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for
Wow.
being here, Mab. What a lovely surprise. I thought I was going to have to be all alone this time.
All
and-
by myself. Don't want
I
to
don't
be.
want to be. And then next week is the week I messed up. I thought it was last week, but it's next week that neither Cubby nor I are available because I've got a show and he's got rehearsal. So we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, so flat out, reality is making it before 12:30 is very difficult for me.
Yo, that's fair.
And I know
That's
you're
for
in
sure
another time
fair.
zone, so it's really hard for you. But
Yeah. No, I
I
always
am
appreciate it when you're here.
not a morning person, and noon is morning.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. But also like I don't think we will. Like I think we'll figure something out. But if we have to miss a week, like I don't think Crafting Show has missed I don't know if we've ever, like maybe once or twice we've missed a show in the years we've done it. So like I don't feel too bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like we have a pretty good track record. Pretty consistent. It's the most
If I can
consistent
make
thing.
it, I will make it.
All right, cool.
'Cause I will be pressing mugs for the next 3 weeks.
And
I have a
if you
very big order of mugs.
if
that I've
you
gotta make.
can't do it, maybe we'll finally do what we've always threatened to do, which is just do 2 hours of the 30-second loop.
I love it.
We'll see. We'll see. Cubby
Well,
and I will
that's
talk.
different. If it was the different music, that would be great. But it's the new music, and that's less exciting to me.
It is. That's true. That's true. The old one was a real bop, and
It
I
was
don't know how to
so
change it,
Oh,
but maybe somebody does. Oh, I
yeah.
like that. I added some little guys to the ear, and I like that a lot.
They look like earrings.
Oh, I mean like the little ridges on the top.
No, I like that too.
Yeah.
You're right. The other music was more of a bop.
But I'm getting into this new music. I don't hate it. It's just different.
Counting down, 'cause now, and 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 2, 1.
A little countdown. Nah. Yeah.
Now
All right, everyone. I believe that means we are at time. It's been a lovely journey with all of you. Thank you for being here and seeing us through this crafting journey. We'll see you next week. I'm just going to keep talking to give myself time until I can get the outro going.